guys, welcome back to my channel. Black Sails Season 3 Episode 5 we are on. Wow, okay, so we're halfway through, after this episode, we're halfway through the season, I think. Let's do a quick recap of last episode. Flint, Silver, and all of them have found themselves in a pretty precarious situation again. After the whole thing where they were stranded and they didn't have any food or water, they found food, so they decided that they had enough food, I guess, to sail to the nearest coast. And on the nearest coast, they encountered these former slaves who kind of have this civilization, and they captured them. So I don't know really what the future holds for them. I'm gonna assume that they either escape or they're let free, because the whole debate right now is whether or not to let them go. They kind of have the same interests, or not kind of, they do have the same interests. Silver is the one talking to the daughter of the main queen. I'm not sure, I don't remember what her name was, but Silver was trying to convince the daughter to let them free, let them work together, and that's kind of what I predicted a few episodes ago. I predicted that they were going to team up, work together, go back to Nassau and fix the whole pardon problem. I just don't know how immediate that is going to happen. Last episode was kind of set up for what I believe is going to go down, either this episode or maybe next episode. I do think that they're going to end up getting freed, getting released, whatever. Mr. Scott is in the situation now, but he, if I recall, got shot last episode, so I don't really know if he's dead or alive. I'm going to assume that he is alive because they are finally starting to like reintegrate him back into the story, so I don't really think that he is dead, or I hope that he's not dead. So if anything, he's really the one that is going to bridge the two things, because he is closely connected to both of them. So I'm very much looking forward to whatever is going to go down in this episode. I've been really good with filming. I've been trying to film, every day or every other day, so I've been really into this season in particular. But yeah, if I had to predict anything for this episode, I hope that we get whatever is happening with Vane and Blackbeard. I hope that we get a little update on that, because the last time we saw them, they were sailing away. They came up with a little distraction technique with the help of Blackbeard, who was helping Vane out, and they escaped. Vane has this price on his head, so he needed to get the hell out of there. All these people betrayed Nassau, essentially, by accepting these pardons. So as soon as Flint comes back, and maybe Vane with him, that would be cool. But as soon as Flint comes back, he's not going to stand for any of this. So I'm kind of glad that in terms of Vane, I'm glad that he has gotten Eleanor out of his head. He's not really clouded by her. I hope that his thoughts aren't clouded by Eleanor. I hope that he's not still, having feelings towards her, because I really enjoy his character now that he's independent and not thinking about her. I think that he's more savage and he's just more entertaining. He's straight up more entertaining. So yeah, I guess those are all my thoughts. Without further ado, let's get into episode 5.
What would I be throwing away?
You can't see it yet, can you?
I hope that these dreams or visions culminate into something that I can understand, because right now, I'm just seeing this as Miranda, telling him that he needs to stay alive. He needs to keep fighting.
He's a king?
That's crazy. What an awesome twist. That's crazy.
A pardon was offered, and it brought down our defenses without a shot being fired.
Did no one put up any resistance?
Obviously, he took no pardon. But it was all he and Captain Teach could do to escape.
Teach? Teach was there on the island.
Once Eleanor was ready to assume control, I encouraged it so that I might manage the survival of both places outside the scrutiny of either.
Wow.
You've been two wholly separate men.
Yeah.
Until now.
The governor is going to announce today the formation of a governing council.
I'm sorry, are you offering me a seat?
No.
I am the one they all come to here to make peace between them when no one else can.
You are a pirate. The first thing he asked me to do was to identify pirate ringleaders on the island. Organizers.
And you named me?
You held a share in an active crew.
What I have done so thoroughly pales in comparison to what you did before me.
I lost everything for it.
Why?
Because this is important to him. So the street understands that his intentions are genuine. And he means to be a friend. If you undermine that, he can make life very difficult for you.
I remember in the beginning of the show, I thought they were going to be like long, lifetime lovers. Quite the opposite.
You seem awfully eager to get rid of him. Of course I am. His death becomes our thing.
I understand that you've made gains towards a rapport with the captain in recent days. But if he wants to sacrifice himself so that we might go free,
Wow.
that might be the first selfless thing he's done for our benefit since we've known him. I'd ask you not to get in his way.
He's not going to sacrifice himself. He's not going to die. I truly don't want to believe that Flint is going to die this season.
Lo que haces bien.
Lo sé. Te quedaste atrás mientras te recuperabas del ataque. Si me lo hubieras mostrado otra vez, ahora te tendría yo a ti.
Lo sé.
Si la fortuna me hubiese ofrecido que solo fuera una brisa a mi favor, serías tú el que estaría bebiendo ahora mismo.
Porque no rendiste. Tu capitán vio a las 5 naves a tu casa.
Sería muy difícil para él encontrar empleo de nuevo. Pero si luchamos, a veces hay algún tipo de compensación para nuestras familias. Como el dinero nos convierte a todos en ovejas. Rendirnos no era una opción.
What are they holding below? What? Jesus Christ.
Charles!
I understand the allure of ensuring that no one will ever think you the villain you fear you are. Knowing the man who taught me into giving a shit about this crew. I could talk those people out there into anything, if he wanted to. Because you know there is always a choice to be made. And you don't trust me at all. Let us assume that I can offer you something better. England takes whatever, whenever, however it wants. Lives. Loves. It has taken them from me. I imagine that it has taken it from you. They will come for more.
You're suggesting that you could help us prevent England from taking these things?
No. I am suggesting that we help each other. And it starts with NASA.
What did I say? What did I say?
Cannot stay here. NASA is defendable. NASA can supply itself. Is that not exactly the sort of place that could replace this?
How do you propose to do that?
They pledged to follow me when they thought I was alive.
Oh, right. They all think
They
he's
turned
dead.
when they thought I was gone.
Oh, shit.
So I will come back from the dead and lay claim to what I am owed.
Yes. I'm like
Let's say
tearing
that by
up, man.
some
I'm
miracle
fucking
we could
tearing up.
dislodge the British from Nassau.
How many thousands of men will flock to Nassau, join your ranks, and help you defend it? What does a colonial power do when the men whose toil powers it lay down their shovels, take up swords, and say no more?
It's a revolution.
Bring down Nassau. Maybe bring it all down.
Wow. That was a pretty convincing
Spanish
argument.
intelligence.
About 6 months ago, I was approached by a man who introduced himself as John. It said the department spies had learned of a series of transactions to exchange a significant portion of the Urquhart Lima's prize gold for more portable commodities. I warn you of the full scope of the danger you face if you do not return the entirety of the hidden cash, along with the gold from the fort.
Wow. Wow.
I will see this money secured. And return it with the rest of the gold in a matter of hours.
department has estimated the approximate total value of the cash. And that is only half of it.
We did it. We beat the fucking game. Walk another half mile, we get in that boat. And you want to go back?
Then you stay. Maybe it's better that way. You can watch the money. I'll return within a few hours. Promise.
Something's gonna happen to him. He's not gonna return. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes.
Please don't take this the wrong way. But I didn't think there was a chance in hell that was actually going to work.
Me neither. Thank you for opening that door. Now, we marshal whatever resources we can. As many ships as we can muster and allies to sail them. Now we go find Charles Vane.
Oh, shit. I had a feeling that they, you know what? Fuck. Not to brag, but I did say, I feel like I predicted a lot of stuff that went down. Obviously, it's a little bit more intricate than what I have been saying and predicting, but I think that I always knew when this little civilization of former slaves, I knew that Flint was going to somehow try to use them to his advantage, and that's exactly what he's doing. He needs people, he needs to gather up people that have common goals and similar goals and go back to Nassau and take it back. And that's what's gonna happen. I mean, Flint literally said in that last line, this is war. This is war. I'm just so happy and excited for the next couple of episodes to play out, because now that Vane has been brought into the mix, I think that all of them making an alliance together and going to take back Nassau, that's probably like the most badass sequence of events that I could think of, honestly, to happen in this show. Flint obviously cares about Nassau. He cares about seeing it succeed. That's been his goal from day one. So the fact that this movement means so much to him makes it mean a lot to me, and I've been really digging Flint lately. So I really want to see him succeed in his goals. So I really wanted to address Flint and Silver's relationship again, because obviously I see Silver becoming more of like a Barlow type of character for Flint. I think that Flint confides in Silver and trusts him now, and after that whole sequence with the shark happened, I think that they truly wanted to start over with each other, and they trust each other. Once Silver revealed what happened with the Urca Gold and the dock and everything that happened there, and Flint knew that he couldn't do anything about it, he was kind of like, okay, I respect you, you're my equal. And that's exactly what Silver meant when he was saying that whole thing, when he admitted that whole thing. So that was obviously a power move that benefited Silver. Now they're truly working together, and they both have a certain qualities, certain characteristics that will really benefit them in their goals. Silver is obviously really good at talking. I mean, so is Flint. We saw that this episode when he was making his plea to the Queen. Flint has always been a really good talker, but I think Silver also has been. If we go back and you watch, the beginning episodes of the show, Silver has always had this slimy type of clever way of speaking to people that has gotten him out of situations. So I think that Silver and Flint are kind of similar in that way. I just really, really look forward to seeing more of them working together. And now Vane is in the mix. That is just going to be beautiful, and I cannot wait for that to happen. There's 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 5 episodes left. I'm halfway through, officially halfway through. Vane also had a really interesting scene this episode, probably my favorite scene of the episode, when he was talking to the Spaniard, and he was basically... It looked like he had some sadness in his eyes, because in another life, they might have been friends. They might have been on the same team. And when the Spaniard was kind of talking about how he didn't want to surrender, how they needed to put up a fight because of this, and that, you could really see that Vane truly felt bad for this guy, and it was just a matter of circumstance, and maybe in another life they would have been friends. I think that scene in particular just made me like Vane. I mean, I've always liked Vane, but it made me like him a little bit more. It gave him a little bit more of a human... It gave him a heart. It made me feel bad for this guy, and seeing Vane also feel bad for this guy was just a very nice scene. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about. Flint was really amazing. Flint is always amazing, dude. I don't know if this guy has won any awards for this show, but if he hasn't, it's very much a Ragnar situation where he deserves all the awards. It actually makes me upset that this show is so underrated, or was so underrated, whatever. I'm not sure how long ago these seasons were released. I'm actually not sure when the show even started. It might have been a few years ago, but nevertheless, it's extremely underrated. Like, when Flint was talking about how he was going to gather up the troops back at Nassau, the people who thought that he was dead, and that's the reason why they kind of betrayed him, now that they know, or when they know he's alive, they're just going to join the force. So Flint is very confident in that. I also really liked the lighting. It seemed like a lot of characters, when they were speaking this episode, had almost like a two-face thing going on, where half their face was a shadow and half their face was in the light. And with Flint in particular, I noticed that because it was almost like the two sides of him. You know, the what's his real name? James side of him and the Flint side of him. I thought that that was really cool. I don't know if that was intentional, but that was just something that I also noticed. Yeah, predictions for the next couple of episodes. They really got to start getting things moving. Next episode, they'll probably develop some type of strategy to, I mean, Flint and where he's currently at, they're going to develop some type of strategy to go get Vane and go fuck shit up. So yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching. Check out my other reactions if you have not already, and I will see you guys for episode 6. Alright, bye guys.